So, hi guys. I haven't been posting videos because I've been so busy, but I did get comments from you guys about the road test sites like Starrett City, Seaview, Coney Island, and what was the other one? Red Hook. All right, so you guys want to know about if the streets are narrow and what do you expect? Like, what would examiner would do if they take you on a street that's narrow? Well, first things first, on a narrow street, a two-way narrow street, you're bound to hit those kind of streets because they want to see if you make a left turn, where you're going to put the car, or if you make a right turn, where you're going to put the car. Like the car always, no matter where you're turning into, is going to stay on the right. They also, especially Red Hook, which compared to Red Hook and Coney, their streets of the vicinity is smaller than Starrett and Seaview. It's two different places and locations. But my thing is that they're gonna be small, so you're gonna have to park in areas that are narrow and cars are coming. But sometimes cars may not come on these streets so much, so you'll have the opportunity to park in peace. Remember, parking, you have 3 chances, and if you hit a sidewalk, that means that you fail. But I'm not a fan too much of going to Red Hook because of what I heard. And it happened to me one time with a student that she started to park fine and traffic coming the opposite way. Sometimes they don't care whether you're driving school or, you could use a random car to take the road test and be with an examiner in the car. Other people are not going to stay and watch you do everything because they're in a rush. But Red Hook and Coney Island is okay. Just make sure when you do your turns, you do it correctly. Also, please be, aware of your surroundings because you do know that pedestrians are going to be around you, especially on a stop sign. You have to know what to do on a stop sign. Like if you're stopped on a stop sign, the all-way one, it could be either one, but I'm just putting it out there. There could be people on the corner, like on the curb. And if you're there and they're there, you have to communicate with them and blow the horn. Horns are made for a reason. So blow the horn, see if they're going to cross or not. At least the examiner could see that you communicated with them. Now, going back to Red Hook and Coney Island, I don't know why I skipped off topic, but that's what I've heard and seen of the many times I've been with students to road test. So crazy crap has happened. I'm not saying I'm a perfect teacher, and the student could drive well with me and they're allergic to the examiner for 15 minutes and they don't like them, and that's why everything goes down the drain. So Red Hook and Coney Island, one of my comments was Red Hook. The streets are going to be narrow. Make sure you do everything correctly. Make sure you should know automatically how you're supposed to drive. Take as many lessons as you can. Go with instructors that know what they're doing. Like if you feel like an instructor is off or a family member doesn't know how to explain themselves right, you could always read the book from the DMV. That is the black and white book that we're supposed to be reading. I'm just as guilty. I never actually paid attention to that book until later. Then I found out that everything I was teaching was in that book. And everything I was teaching was from the examiners or from my fellow coworkers. But I actually picked up a lot of tips and tricks from the DMV examiners, especially in Brooklyn, since I became really good friends with them. The thing is that you're supposed to know how to park a car by now. It don't matter what road test site you're going to, but learn how to park the car correctly, because when you get to the road test, you could get nervous. 3 chances to park right. Please do not hit the car on the sidewalk. That's a no-no. And another thing when you're parking the car, if you're going to park it well, you got the car in. The car is supposed to be, the tires of the car is supposed to be 1 foot away from the sidewalk. So I'm a size 6. So practically this much space is supposed to be from tire to sidewalk. Um, Even when you get your license, you're supposed to always make sure, I shouldn't be talking, that your tires do not get close to the sidewalk as possible, because it could scrape and hurt your tires over time, and that's a big issue. So that's what I learned. But I don't know. For me, if it was me going for a road test, I wouldn't mind so much Seaview. Because Seaview is practically a place where you get to learn how to come out of the driving space, like where you park the car. You can learn how to come out, go to your lane, make the left, and drive on. It's teaching you, that place has 2 lanes, and you're supposed to learn how to go from your parking space to a lane to another lane for you to learn how to go into the vicinity and do what you have to do. But other than that, I didn't get so much comments because I thought, my explanatory was great. But I don't mind you guys asking me about these road test sites. I mean, I have my preference choice. You guys might have your preference choice, or you heard things and stuff like that. From what I experienced, I think it's better. I want to go with Seaview because the vicinity is huge and it's not narrow. The only thing that freaks students out is that they don't expect to change a lane from the right to the left to go into the vicinity, because Seaview, there's a park on the right side and the vicinity is on the left side. So you have to go in there, do your thing, do your broken U-turns and stuff like that. Speaking of broken U-turns, all right, so U-turns, every examiner is different, okay? So once you go into the vicinity, you did your turns, they like it. You did your stop signs, they like it. They're going to tell you, some of them do this, okay, we're going to do the broken U-turn. The broken U-turn, we're going to do it here. I swear to God, people have commented, they're driving after the stop sign and boom, the examiner says, let's do the broken U-turn here and now. So do it. A lot of students have commented and said that you're not supposed to do a broken U-turn. Well, let me put it to you this way. You can. For one day, it's the examiners. The cops are not going to tell the examiners what to do on that day. All right? So, blah, blah. You're supposed to do the broken U-turn when you're told to. If you do all your turns great, some examiners are going to tell you, okay, do parking. If the parking is A on points, then they're going to go over to the broken U-turn. Or you could do vice versa first. You could do broken U-turn first. And if it's likable and if it's very freaking good, then you could go over to the parking. But it's all on them, not on the instructor. They're the ones that are giving you the lesson. Your lesson, if you know that you did good, your lesson should at least be 15 minutes long. From the moment they get into the car, sign your papers, ask you for your ID, ask you for your not expired 5-hour certificates, because I've heard that one before. People don't think about expiration. And then goes your road test, your money down the drain, everything, whatever. Road test is free. But if you go through a school, they pay you in order for them to get a road test quicker for you. Blah, blah. But yeah, about the broken U-turns, you're supposed to do it well. For once in your life, please overdo it when it comes to looking at windows and mirrors all the time. Please do that, because they are going to see every little thing you do. And these people are silent. They're silent but deadly. So not scaring the crap out of anybody, but that's how they roll. Please be aware of your surroundings, pedestrians, bicycles, children, major. Just pay attention to what you're doing. And if you pay attention and you feel like you're ready, I didn't pass my first time. My first time was horrible. All right, I'm going to put the scenario, because speaking about narrow streets, here's what I'm going to do. I'll tell you my story. Juniper Valley Park, 2009, 5 lessons, no 45-minute lesson before the road test, which was stupid, but my school didn't offer it. That sucks. So I got into the car. I put my seatbelt on. I fixed my mirror. Fixed my other two mirrors. I don't remember what else I did because this was years ago. Whatever. I just know that I broke my back. Now, like they say, check your blind spot, check your mirrors, pull out, drive. So my first surrounding was an actual stop sign, stop all way. And she told me, go right. This is Queens. Whoever lives in Queens knows Juniper Valley Park. I went right. Oh, God. That streets remind me of my house where I used to live. Everything is just so damn tiny. Ugh. Now, driving was easy, but the incoming traffic, I'm like, oh, geez, this is not good. What made it worse for me was that there was a pickup truck. All right, but the wheels in the back were doubled, so those things popped out. I'm in a small little sedan, and I'm thinking, great, I'm not going to make it. This guy is going to break the whole side of the car, and I'm screwed. So the only thing I could think of at that moment was on my right, there was two driveways, and I'm thinking, I should just pull the car over, let him pass, and I'll be great. No. Why the hell did I thought that? As soon as I even tried to move my car a little bit to the right, the nasty thing of a woman next to me jams the brake, and then it moves the thing on the top of the school. It moves it, and she yells at me, I'm going to take points off the school for having that thing loose, and you failed your road test. I mean, I was mad. I was only thinking about my side. I'm thinking this guy is going to break everything. And this guy was forcing himself through. I'm thinking, great. She's stupid. I'm here protecting myself. And I have a jackass on my left. Like, what the F am I supposed to do in this scenario? I understand you guys worry about narrow streets. I've been there. I've done that. But like I said, it's like common sense. I could have just let him just go, but I'm thinking, how? There's no room. I can't just squeeze the car in and make him be a macho man and take up all the goddamn space. You see there's a driving school car. Why can't you be respectful? And people do not respect driving school cars at all. So just take a deep breath. I put it all behind me and just cool it when you go to a road test. Don't worry about those scenarios. Just think that you got this, because a lot of my students have freaked out, and when they come back they actually pass the road test. So it's nothing to be afraid of. Just don't be like me. I try to use common knowledge or common sense to protect the car, but that was years ago. Things always change, so don't let the examiners get to you, because I understand that they're crabby and they're mean. You might have one that's good. God bless if they are. Like me, my second time around, a nice guy helped me out. But yeah, so don't worry about the streets. If you could drive there secretly with somebody in the car, not through a driving school, because they consider that cheating. So drive with somebody that has like a random regular car and learn how to drive. Just prep yourself before the test. Don't let anybody know, because I heard that they get suspicious, and that's why they do not let cars from schools go exactly on the road test site, because they know you're gonna cheat, and we don't want cheating. We don't want cheating. So just go with somebody you know in a random car. Practice, whether I prefer in the nighttime, because examiners are always out from 8 to 4. So before 8, after 8, before 8, after 4. So try to do that. But yeah, if anything, you guys, if I didn't hit a spot that of a topic, Just be cool. Don't overthink it so much. Remember, 3 chances for parking. Do not hit the sidewalk. Overdo it for the examiners. Break your neck for your blind spot, your mirrors. Cars have windows for a reason, so overdo it for them. I don't care what road test site you guys are going on. Just be brave and just pass your road test. There's nothing to worry about. It's 15 minutes in the car. If you know that your test is going to be 15 minutes long and you feel like time went by and you did everything, possibly, not always, possibly you pass the road test. I can't say you will, because I had students come back in 15 minutes and why they flunk. And random things happen on a road test. So if you guys have anything to say, just leave it on the comments down below. Okay? Thank you guys so much.